second last week of our A to Z challenge, and we're up to the letter Y. For my reference photo, I've chosen a yellow-billed stork. So I took this image in Zimbabwe. He was resting by a pool, and they're beautiful, a large bird, as many of the storks in Africa are. So to get my proportions, I placed a circle for the head and roughly the size that I would like it. And then the angle of the bill, and then I'm just blocking in with some straight lines the length of the neck and the shape of the body, just as basically getting the angles at this stage, and then I can come back in and soften and round them off as I go. What I'm looking for here are the negative shapes. So the angle, the U-shaped angle on the left-hand side of the neck between the head and body, and then also the shape between the front of the neck and the bill. I'm just erasing the original shapes that I had there now, so that I can construct the bill with a bit more accuracy. That's quite a long bill and a very particular shape. So I'm judging where the bill ends in relation to the body. Just refining the neck and softening, getting that bit of a feathery look now. I'm being a bit naughty here and holding my eraser in my fingers, which I rarely do, and I do not encourage you to do it, because you can pick up oils off your skin and transfer them to the eraser, and I usually always have it in a separate dish nearby, but I'm just not mindful of this at the moment, so I thought I'd mention it because it's a good practice to not hold your eraser. Very important to keep your kneadable eraser clean and your little dish clean as well, because it can, even on a table, it can pick up debris, shavings from your pencils and so forth, and then score your paper if there's wood shavings in there. So now I'm just marking in a bit of the shadow areas. Being a white bird, there's not a lot of detail or information, so I'm just popping in the basic feather marks, and I will add a bit of a background, just a sketchy background to show off the white of this bird afterwards. Just estimating the length of his legs here and the shape, looking at the distance, again the negative shape between the two legs. It helps judge their distance, their length and their shape as well. I find birds in profile like this quite easy to draw, and this is a good one to draw up quickly. So I'm only allowing 10 minutes for these sketches, and I do touch them up afterwards. You know, being a yellow-billed stork, I'm going to add a little bit of colour because he's very white, so I grabbed some coloured pencils, just a red and a light yellow ochre, and I'm going to mark in those fabulous colours just for a bit of fun and something different. So these are polychromos, which are my favourite coloured pencil to use. So I just stood back and sat back and had a look and refining a little bit of the shape here. Just putting in a few feather marks. I want to be careful not to put in too much detail. It's just a sketch, but just to give him a little bit more definition. And then I'll put in a little bit of context to the branch that he's sitting on. Just sketchy, keeping it sketchy. It's so tempting to put in more detail, but these are just quick sketches, because the point of doing these weekly sketches is the discipline and keeping the momentum going. And by setting a time limit of roughly 10 minutes, this one's a bit under, but just roughly 10 minutes, it just makes it very doable and it's fun. It's always good to have a theme. Just grab an art buddy and make a theme and have a little sketch challenge and enjoy it. There, calling it quits.